Oh, they're fantastic.
It's like, I've never had that experience where I'm going
Yeah.
to a store and it's been, I don't need these, but I'm gonna get them.
Yeah, they're really great. I can't recommend them enough. Okay. Let's try this. Anybody is on. I'm just gonna scoop myself out a little bit. So, any injuries, anything you'd like me to know about your body, or any requests for today?
I love anything we do to like loosen up hips, but
Perfect.
if, whatever you have planned is.
Always about that. Let me just see if there's anyone on here. It's always so funny to kind of do this on the phone sometimes. Okay. All right. Get some tips from in there. Close. Okay. So just to give you a little bit of information about me. My name is Katie, and I just started teaching here this past fall. I'm a dancer choreographer. I've been practicing yoga since I was probably 14. It's a big part of my practice and training as a dancer and mover. So yeah, I predominantly teach a hatha alignment class. So I do a lot of like physical alignment for the body, just to make sure that we're not injuring ourselves or anything. So you get a lot of nerdy body awareness stuff. That's what we are. Yeah. So then just find yourself in a nice, comfortable seated position. You know, like look at anything like your legs crossed or one leg out, or even sometimes I'm actually going to sit this way just in the beginning in case folks pop on here, or just like this. So whatever feels good to you. And I like to sometimes bring my hand behind my butt and just move the flesh out so I'm sitting nice and tall on my sit bones. You can close your eyes. Allow your hands to soften on your knees. And first and foremost, we start with the breath. So without changing or manipulating or judging the breath, just notice. Notice that with each inhale, you rise a little bit in the spine. And with each exhale, we descend and soften back down to earth. In Hatha Yoga, we first open ourselves to grace. That is our breath. And I love this term, open ourselves to grace. So in today's practice, I encourage you through any positions or asanas that feel hard or new and unfamiliar, that we first open to grace. We open ourselves to the possibility through our breath, reminding ourselves that with each breath, we begin again. Take a big inhale and lifting the shoulders up slightly, and exhale, sigh it out. Softening in the belly. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale deeply, filling the rib cage up with your breath, and exhale, sigh it out. One last time. Inhale in, and exhale out. Nice. We'll bring our hands to Anjali Mudra, to heart center, and bow down. As a sign of reverence, we bow down to our brilliance, to our resiliency, our stamina, our light. Take another big inhale and feeling the breath in the back body this time. And exhale out. slowly open your eyes, and we'll meet in a nice tabletop position. So in tabletop, I really like to start functionally. So everything that we work on is really to keep the integrity of each pose. So really root down the inner edges of the hands. So mostly at the thumb and the index finger, and try to press all your knuckles down to the mat. Take a big inhale in. As you bring the belly button to the back of the spine, rib cage into the back of the spine, and soften in between the shoulder blades. Energetically hug the inner thighs in and round the spine. We'll move through a few cat-cows, taking your own timing, remembering that this practice is first and foremost for you. So absolutely follow your breath and not my voice. Allowing yourself to link breath and movement. It feels good to linger in any space, or maybe do a few circles. You can go ahead and do so. 2 more deep inhales and exhales. At the bottom of your next exhalation, come back to a neutral tabletop position. Just gonna close these doors. Hug the inner thighs toward one another. And extend the right leg out nice and long. You can keep the foot on the mat and just rock back and forth with that foot, opening up the calf. Yeah. So giving yourself a nice rock here. I'd love to do this early in the morning, just to open up the back of the leg. Good. Take another inhale in. And at the bottom of your next exhalation, lift the right leg up parallel to your hips. Yeah, perfect. Flex that right foot like crazy and hug the inner thighs towards one another, dropping the right hip down towards the mat. Breathe in. And exhale, bring the left bicep over the ear. Bird dog. Nice. Beautiful. Bring the belly button to the back of the spine, rib cage to the back of the spine. Shoot energy out the fingertips, out the heel, and exhale, bring the knee and elbow together, nice and slow and controlled, and exhale, straighten. 2 more times, inhale in, exhale, straighten, inhale in, exhale, straighten. Slowly bring the legs back to the earth. Maybe wag your hips from side to side. At the bottom of your next exhalation, extend the left leg nice and long and just rock back and forth, opening up that back calf. Yeah, and you can really, go slow or as fast as you want, whatever feels good to you. Take a big inhale in, and on your exhale, lift the left leg parallel to your hips. Flex the left foot. Hug the inner thighs towards one another. And exhale the right bicep over the ear. Inhale, gather energy up the limbs to the core of the pelvis. Keeping that, root back down through your arm as you shoot energy out the fingertips, out the heel. Inhale, bring the knee and elbow in. Exhale, straighten 2 more times. Nice and slow and controlled. Trying to link our breath and movement here. Last one. Softly bring your hands back down to your mat. Wag your hips from side to side. Keep your feet nice and flexed and press your hips back for puppy pose. So it's similar to chair pose, but we have our feet flexed in the beginning of the class. You can come onto your fingertips if that feels good to you. Softening in between the shoulder blades as you allow the heart to soften towards the mat. Take a big inhale in as you press your fingertips into the mat and press the hips back towards your heels. Take another round of breath in, filling up the body with your breath. And exhale, float back up through to a tabletop position and press back up into a downward facing dog. First down dog of the day. You can pedal out the feet if that feels good to you. Inhale, gathering energy up the limbs to the bottom of the heart. Keeping that, root back down through the arms and legs as you stretch the thighs back and soften the heels down. Take another round of breath. Bend both knees and sit the hips back like you're sitting in a little chair in the back of your mat. And then exhale, keeping that bend of the hips, slowly straighten the legs. Nice. Inhale, look at the top of your mat. Exhale, step or jump. Inhale, the arms up high to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Bending your knees and hips generously, whatever feels good to you. Inhale the arms up. We'll do this 2 more times. Linking breath and movement. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale the arms up. Exhale. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, bring your arms right in front of you. So you can imagine that you're a block. Oops. I had a feeling that might happen. You can imagine that you're holding a block in between your palms. So really imagine pressing the palm in between your blocks. Take a big inhale in. And exhale, pull the head of the shoulder blade back. Yes. So you really feel the scapula sort of coming to touch one another. We want to keep that. And exhale, bring the bicep over the ears. Nice. You feel that opening in the shoulder blade. So that's what we want to keep here. Take a big inhale and shoot energy out the fingertips. And exhale, bend the hips and knees for chair pose. Look down at your knees. Make sure the knees are over the 3rd or 4th toe. And energetically hug the inner thighs together. Take a big inhale in. Sit a little bit deeper. Shooting energy out the fingertips, out the sit bones. Exhale, bend the elbows for goalpost arms. Exhale, sit a little bit deeper. Inhale, bend the elbows, goalpost arms. Exhale, sit a little bit deeper. And inhale, straighten everything up high to the sky. Give yourself a little back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, press back into a downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up high to the sky. Exhale, catch your lunge. Good. Make sure the knee is over the big toe. Drop the back knee. Flex the back foot. Hug the legs in towards one another, activating the hamstrings. Exhale the arms high to the sky. Low lunge. Take a big inhale in as you tap the right hip back, left hip forward. And then allow the right hand to touch and reach back towards the right calf and stretch the left hand over. Nice. Take a big inhale in as you think about this left shoulder moving back towards the ear. Take another round of breath in. Then exhale, come back up to center. Bring your hands back down to your mat. Lift the back knee up. Think about lifting this back thigh up, keeping that. Lift both arms up. Take a big inhale in as you gather energy up the limbs to the core of the pelvis. Keeping that, move back down as you stretch energy out the fingertips, out the crown of the head. Maybe lift up and lean back into the shoulder blades. Exhale, press your arms back down to the mat. Press back into a downward facing dog. Notice any newfound stretch here, any newfound space. Inhale, come to the top of the plank. Exhale, drop your knees, chaturanga. Bend the elbows wider than the ribcage. Inhale, hug the inner thighs towards one another. And exhale, cobra. Inhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath.
At the bottom of your next exhalation, inhale the left leg high to the sky. Exhale, catch your lunge. Drop your back knee down. Energetically hug the legs in towards one another, activating the hamstrings, keeping that. Bring the bicep over the ears. Take a big inhale as you open the arms up, reaching the left hand back with your back foot and stretching the right arm over. Thinking about opening up this right shoulder towards the ear. Beautiful. And keep on thinking about the knee going towards the third or fourth toe. Another big inhale in. Your breath is stretching you from the inside out. Inhale, come back to center. Bring the arms back down to the mat, lift the knee up. Lift the back thigh back. And exhale, bring the bicep over the ears. Take a big inhale as you bend a little deeper in the front knee and stretch a little higher with the fingertips towards the sky. Take another round of breath in, leaning into the shoulder blades. And exhale, come back for downward facing dog. Notice the difference between the legs. Inhale, come to the top of the plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up high to the sky. Exhale, catch your lunge. Rotate that back foot. And hug the legs in towards one another, keeping that. Bring the arms parallel to the mat for warrior two. Beautiful. Take a big inhale and think about stretching your back fingers to the back wall. Yeah, and then bend a little deeper in the front knee. Take a big inhale in. Exhale out. Inhale in. And exhale, go ahead and bring your arms, interlace them to the back of your sacrum. Really think about pulling your fingertips apart from one another. Keeping that. Yeah, nice. Straighten the elbows and lead with the heart forward for humble warrior. Nice. Hug the legs in towards one another. Make sure the knees over the big foot. Or big toe. Take another big inhale in. Exhale out. Inhale in. And exhale, slowly undo your hands. Bring your hands to your mat. Rotate your back foot forward. Press back into your downward facing dog. Good. Inhale the left leg up high to the sky. Exhale, catch your lunge. Rotate that back foot. Make sure that the toes are internally rotating here. Hug the legs in towards one another and exhale the arms parallel to the mat. Warrior two on the other side. Take a big inhale in as you lift the shoulder blades up, back, and together, opening up the front of the heart and protecting the back of the heart. Take another big inhale in. Bend a little bit deeper in the front knee. Go ahead and interlace the hands in the back. Try to pull the fingertips apart from one another, keeping that tension. Slowly straighten the elbow and bend forward towards the front of your knee. Hug the legs in towards one another. Deep inhale in. Deep exhales out. Feeling the breath percolating through the whole body. Another inhale in. And exhale slowly undo your fingertips. Bring your hands back down to your mat. Rotate your hip to the front and press back into a downward facing dog. Take a breath. Notice any newfound space. Inhale, lift the right leg up high to the sky. Exhale, catch your lunge. Rotate that back foot. Energetically hug the legs towards one another, and exhale, bring your arms up parallel to the mat for warrior two. Go ahead and straighten this front leg. We're going to move towards triangle. So in triangle, it's really important to hug the legs in. So we're stretching through the belly of the hamstrings and not just the ligaments. So hugging the legs in, go ahead and tip forward. You can grab your low calf or reach all the way down towards the right side of your heel. Wherever you are, take a big inhale and move back in the shoulder blades. And think about the heart moving towards the ceiling. Spreading the fingertips nice and wide. Pressing the feet down into the floor. Another big inhale in. Exhale out. Inhale in. And from the strength of your legs, press down as you wiggle the arms back up to warrior two. Bring your feet in a nice parallel position. And then rotate the left foot out nice and long so you go to the other side of your triangle. Hug the legs in towards one another. And then tip over. Placing your hand on your lower leg. Lean back into the shoulder blades. Heart opening up. Take a big inhale in. The ribcage spirals towards the ceiling. Again, we open ourselves to grace. We open ourselves to the stretches and poses that feel difficult and strenuous. We breathe inside of them. Take a big breath in. From the strength of your legs, press down with your feet and bring your arms back up to warrior two. Bring your left foot back to parallel position. Turn both feet out. And then bring the arms up nice and wide. Good. Exhale, squat down for goddess squat. Yeah. Amazing. Gold post arms. Make sure the knees are over the third or fourth toe. Spread the fingertips apart. Squeeze the shoulder blades towards one another. Protecting the back of the heart, opening the front of the heart. Take a big inhale in. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend everything back down. Think about the throat back, head back, shoulders stretching back. And exhale, straighten. Put your hands onto your hips. Place your feet in a nice parallel position. And take a big jump to center. Okay, we'll come to the front of our mat. Let's stay facing this way. We're going to come to a few standing balances. So this is a great hip opener. We're going to come to a figure four. So take a big inhale and really root down your left foot, so much so that your right foot is like nice and light. Lift the right knee up. And go ahead and place it right on top of the left thigh here. So first and foremost, soften our belly. Relax a bit. Press your lower leg into the thigh into the lower leg. And exhale, sit back like you're sitting in a chair. Nice. Hug the legs in towards one another. Make sure your standing knee is over the third or fourth toe. And flex through your right foot. And go as far as feels comfortable, right? If that means like just here, you're getting enough stretch, absolutely be there. Listen to your body. Listen to what is serving you. Take a big inhale as you hug the legs in towards one another. And exhale. Allow your shoulders to soften. Take another inhale in. If it feels good, maybe one arm reaches out. Other arm reaches out. Again, knowing what is serving you. Take another breath in. And exhale. Straighten your standing leg. Lift your right knee up. And soften. Bring your foot back down. Bring your arms down without fidgeting. Notice the difference between the legs. Close your eyes. Find your breath.
connecting ourselves to our breath with our bodies. Open your eyes up down at your feet. Make sure the weight's all the way over on the right foot this time. Go ahead and lift the left knee up, flex the left foot. And bring the lower leg over to the right side. Again, first and foremost, relax. Find our breath, soften the belly. Press the lower leg into the thigh, find the lower leg. Take a big inhale in and exhale. Sit back like you're sitting in a little chair in the back of your mat. Nice. Make sure your knees are over the third and fourth toe and hug the legs in towards one another. Bring the shoulders back, head back, throat back. And again, find your breath, find your rhythm. Notice that one side might feel very different than the other one. That's okay. It's super normal. Take another inhale in. Maybe bring one hand up. Other hand up if that suits you. Softening between the shoulder blades. Looking out, shooting energy out the fingertips. Take one more breath in. And exhale back up to standing. Lift the left knee up. Slowly bring it down. Closing the eyes, softening the belly. Notice the difference between your legs. Go ahead and bring your hand to your heart. Feel your heartbeat. Ground your feet down into the earth. Open your eyes. Bring the weight all the way over to the left foot. We'll come into a thigh stretch. Bend your right knee. Go ahead and grab your back foot. Really hug your thighs towards one another. I like to give a nice generous bend in my elbow, just because then I can really allow my right shoulder to pull back. Flex your foot and press your foot into hand, hand into foot. Root down to your left leg and reach up with your heart. Go ahead and find a spot to gaze at in the space. Focusing your energy, focusing your breath. Take a big inhale in as you root the sit bones down to the ground. And exhale, slowly let it go. Switch your hands to your heart. Go ahead and bring your weight all the way over to the right side. Bend the left knee, round the back foot. Flex the left foot. Kick your foot into hand, hand to foot. Take a big inhale as you root down the right leg. Squeeze the inner thighs towards you. Allowing the sit bones to root down into the earth, up the heart. Take another breath in. Exhale, slowly let it go. Bring both hands to your heart center. Close your eyes for a moment. Reminding ourselves of those deep inhales and exhales at the start of it. We'll move through Vinyasa and we'll try to do it with our eyes closed. So take your time. So with our eyes closed, inhale, the arms high to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, root your hands down into the mat. Press back into a downward facing dog. Keeping the eyes closed, take a big inhale in here. And exhale, come to the top of the plank, softening in between the shoulder blades. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale, drop your knees down into the mat. You can open up your eyes now. Flex through both feet. And you can go ahead and bring your right foot out nice and long. If you have any knee problems, sometimes it feels really great to give a little bit more padding with your mat. So normally, I
would have blocks for us. Because it's nice to have blocks on each side. Is it hard for you to reach out with your fingertips back? Because I'm actually gonna. Huh?
Not is particularly easy to aggravate today.
Oh, it is.
But,
Oh, the knee is.
yeah, like you're saying.
Yeah. It happens.
Blocks upstairs.
Yeah, no, I don't know why I don't do that for us. So just go ahead and like bring these on either side of you to place your fingertips on them. And if the knee is dropping, like I said, just go ahead and like bring this right on top. Or even, yeah. Perfect. So go ahead and flex that front foot. And go ahead and flex the back foot too, so you feel nice and sturdy on there. Good. Okay, so let's find our breath first. Soften in the belly, soften in the throat. Take a big inhale in, hug the legs in towards one another. Tap the right hip back, left hip forward. And soften in between the shoulder blades, look out. This is a very deep hamstring stretch. Root the sit bones down into the ground and shoot energy out the fingertips. We'll stay here for 2 more rounds of breath. You're doing great. Another big inhale in and exhale. If you can, bring your hands a little bit closer to the mat and slide that back foot back, or even come up and bring that foot back, whatever feels better to you. You can come down to a tabletop and just wag the hips from side to side. And then prepare yourself for the next side. So if it feels good, again, to give yourself some padding for your knee, go ahead and do so. Flex both feet, lengthen the left leg out nice and long. Maybe even as we're here, we can think about the hips and our breath. So soften out, breathe. Tap the left hip back, right hip forward. So we're squaring off the hips here. And then lean forward. Whew. It's a really deep. These are very first steps for splits. So that's why it's super, super difficult. Huh?
I don't foresee myself being able to do this.
Me neither. Not a dancer. I hate doing the splits. But I do like this particular posture. So take a big inhale in as you hug the legs in towards one another and soften in between the shoulder blades. Look out. Find your breath. Take a big inhale in, exhale out. We'll do one more round of breath. Allowing your breath to be a light into any spaces that feel particularly tight. Exhale, come back up. Bring that foot back in. Back to a tabletop position. And just wag the hips from side to side. Good. We'll actually come back down to a seated position. I'm going to do a few big twists for us. Go ahead and bring your legs nice and long. You can even bring your hands right behind you and just move the flesh out so you're sitting nice and tall. And again, if you feel like at one point in this posture, you're sort of like really rounding in the low back, a great option, maybe we can just already do this because who doesn't want some extra support for the body? Just roll the back of your mat and just sit on it. Just gives you like a little bit of lengthening in the low back, which everyone really needs. So go ahead and bend that right knee. You can bring it in nice and tight to you. And interlace your hands and just lift the heart and spine up. Finding a nice long spine. Maybe closing your eyes. Finding that breath again. Exhale, bring your left hand down beside you and lift your right arm up, nice and long and tall. And exhale, go ahead and wrap around your leg. Yes. As far as you can. If you feel like you can kind of even reach back and grab your other hand, great. If not, stay just here. So we're twisting around our leg. And let's find our breath. You can soften the head down. And you can notice that you might put a little bit more weight on the left hip. Try to find somewhere in the middle. So take another round of breath in. And exhale. Bring the right arm back to high. And exhale. Interlace your hands. Give yourself a little nice arch here. Good. Straighten the leg out. Move to the other side. Again, you can really notice where the weight is on your sit bones here. Try to find somewhere in the middle. Interlace your hands and just give yourself a nice little arch. Bring your right hand down to the side. Lift your left arm nice and tall. And try to reach all the way nice and long here. Left leg. Press your right leg down into the mat. Another big inhale in. Exhale out. Inhale in. And exhale, come back to center. Lift this left arm up. Interlace your hands. Lift up. Do one more side stretch before we lay down. Go ahead, since we're right on our, go ahead and just come into a wide side angle stretch. Great. And it really helps to be on top of this. It really feels like lengthening of the low back. So flex both feet, bring your hands right in front of you. Bring the belly button to the back of the spine, rib cage to the back of the spine, and then soften in between the shoulders, look out. Really think about pressing your thigh, your low calf down into the floor. Breathe here, and if it feels good to lengthen a little bit further, you can. Again, listen to what is serving you. Listen to what feels good, right? If it doesn't feel good, not working for us. Take another round of breath in. Exhale out, soften in between the shoulder blades. We'll do one more breath. Exhale, back all the way to center. Bring your hands to the back of the knees and then slowly bring your feet together. Sort of shake it out a little bit. Good. You can come back down to the mat and come to lay on your back. You can bring your knees to a nice parallel position, your hands out to a T or even goalpost hand, and just windshield wiper the knees from side to side, really taking your time, enjoying the weight, moving from side to side. Finding your breath and slowing it down. Next time the knees are on the right side, you can stay there, flexing both feet, coming into a soft supine twist. You can absolutely stay here, or maybe bring the right foot on top of the left knee and turn the head in the opposite direction. Allowing the breath to fill the whole body. Take another big inhale in. And exhale, undo the legs, bring the legs back to center. And before moving to the other side, take a moment to ground the hips down in center. Think about the pelvis melting into the earth, the feet grounding down. And on your own time, maybe allow the knees to fall over to the left side, flexing both feet. And again, you can absolutely stay here, or maybe bring the left foot on top of the right knee. Not trying to force any twist, but really allowing gravity to do most of the work. Drinking the breath in and whispering the breath out. Inhale your hands. At the bottom of your next exhalation, float the knees back up to center. Maybe bring your knees to your chest, give yourself a hug. Do any last pose you like to do before Shavasana. And allow your legs to be nice and long. The arms right down beside you, palms facing up or palms facing down. Maybe one hand on your heart center, one hand on your belly. Close the eyes. Allow the eyes to fall back into their sockets. Unclench the jaw, soften in the throat. Breathing into the heart center. Breathing in the belly, and the arms, the wrists, and the fingertips. Unwinding the hips. Bringing down both legs, both ankles, all 10 toes. Breathing through the whole body. The body as one is intrinsically connected to the breath. Again, noticing that with each inhale, we rise a little bit. And with each exhale, we soften back down to the earth. Take 2 more deep rounded breaths on your own timing. And notice the sounds in the space. Opening our senses up as we come back into our daily life. Maybe wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. And slowly roll over to one side. Nice position. Again, softening here. And for a moment, just allow the breath to expand the back body, the back rib cage, the back kidneys. Amazing 3-dimensional breath that we have. Another big inhale. And exhale, let your hands forward and back, come sit in a nice, comfortable seated position. Keep your eyes closed if that feels good to you. Bow your head down. Bring your hands down to the mudra, heart
heart center, press your palms together. We'll end with 2 big inhales and exhales. A big inhale in, and exhale, sigh out. Last inhale in, exhale, sigh out. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. We bow down to our brilliance, our divinity, our stamina and resilience as we stretch and align ourselves in our bodies and take what we learn on the mat, off the mat, into our daily lives. One more breath in. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your weekend. Good, no class.
Yeah, thank you. Was that an hour?
Yeah, this class is only 45 minutes.
Oh. No.
Yeah, that they, yeah. 45 minutes is like.
That's what I love about these sessions. I have no sense of where you're started.
Totally.
Did anyone join?
I don't think so. Which is funny because